the starting pitching matchup. Luenda Avila, 4-3, 5.05 earned run average. We told you he is not very good in the first inning. Birds hoping to jump on him early. He goes up against Brandon Young, who's 7-2 with a 3.38 earned run average. Opponents are batting .251 against him. Now let's take a look at tonight's Johns Hopkins Orthopedics keys to the game. Johns Hopkins Orthopedics, getting you back to the life you love. Key number one, home cooking. Brandon Young sports a 1.76 earned run average in 5 home starts. So Camden Yards is quite friendly to him. Let's hope it stays that way tonight. And be ready off the bench. The Birds bench played very well against the Chicago Cubs. And not at bats, they had 4 hits with 3 home runs, 5 RBI, and 2 walks. And you saw that game winner right there by Jeremiah Jackson just yesterday. The Birds hoping to continue that today. Gunnar Henderson getting ready for this game tonight. Birds hoping to gain some momentum as we get ready for the All-Star break. Gunnar hoping to gain some momentum himself as he's at the top of the order. Let's throw it up now to our PA announcer, Adrian Robertson.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please rise and kindly remove your hats for our national anthem. Today, the Baltimore Orioles are pleased to welcome Vince Sandroni, who will now honor our nation with his rendition of our Star-Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
We're getting ready for some baseball after that, and Taylor Ward in the lineup tonight. Taylor Ward owns the record for most walks in club history pre-All-Star break. He's just one ahead of 1975 Ken Singleton. He has 71 walks already, folks. Baseball Friday night at Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Oh, extra pregame has been presented by Bet365, where winning is everything. Up next, the game call. That dude, Kevin Brown, the wild man, Ben McDonald. Don't you go anywhere. After the game, I'll be here with O's extra post-game show. We got a ball game tonight. O's, Royals. Enjoy the game, folks. Go O's.
.com.
Now, your Baltimore Orioles.
Got in the blink of an eye.
On massive
Got him again.
and streaming live on the Masson app.
O's punch right back.
It all starts right now.
It's the final series before the All-Star break here at Camden Yards, and a beautiful Friday night to play some baseball. A City Connect Friday. It is Turnstile Night at the ballpark, honoring the fantastic local band right here in Baltimore, and hopefully a win for the O's on Floppy Hat Night as they take on the Kansas City Royals. Thanks for being with us, Kevin Brown and Ben McDonald. The Orioles headed to the All-Star break soon. Adley Rutschman is headed to the All-Star game as part of a rejuvenated season.
Yeah, he looks a lot different this year, KB, to me. I mean, obviously he's confident. 8 homers, 47 RBIs, which is a really good number for him. And he's made some adjustments, especially with his left-handed swing versus right-handed pitching. 2025 on your left, 2026 on your right. So just kind of watch the line and watch how far back he loads in 2025 and how he loads. See the big drift right there in 2025? Look how quiet he is in 2026. What does that do for him? It gets him in a hitting position a lot sooner. So watch how he catches his fastball out in front. And that's what it's allowed him to do, B. It's less movement. He's simplified things, and he's put himself in a better position to hit. He's not in a hurry to hit anymore. And the numbers bear it out. You look at him from the left side, 5 home runs, all 5 have come on the fastball, and on top of that, he's hitting 50 points higher this year on the fastball than what he did last year, and slugging 150 points better on the fastball this year versus last.
On the left side, you could see his slug came middle, and middle up as a left-handed batter. That was really it. This year covering the high pitch and the low pitch, and some bad luck in that middle zone.
And the point I want to make is it wasn't that the swing was bad last year. He just was not in a ready position versus the fastballs. The swing was fine. He has simplified things, and he's got his body in a position where he is ready to hit now.
He's going to hit left-handed against Luinder Avila, and he's going to catch Brandon Young, the biggest surprise of the Orioles' first half, without question. Young will try to get the Orioles to 12-3 in his starts when we return.
You already know why I am here. I'm laid back but don't fall for the bait. I got gunners who don't wear that war paint. In the cut you will never see them coming. Black flag down the ride for they cousin. I ain't never seen no talking dude, no man. All about my hustle, yeah, I get it. I'm all about that hustle, yeah, I get it. I'm all about that hustle, yeah, I get it.
A little Craig Alvarez bait and switch provided the game-winning runs. Jeremiah Jackson's pinch hit 2-run double yesterday afternoon lifted the Orioles to win number 43. Looking for win number 44. Behind there, tall Texan number 63, Brandon Young, onto the hill.
Brandon Young making his 15th start of the year, folks. He's been probably the biggest surprise from a pitching standpoint for the Orioles this year. 7-2 with a 3.38 ERA. 12 of his 14 starts, 3 earned runs or less. He's got 6 quality starts out of 14 tries. So he's been really good. And most importantly, when he pitches, he gets a good bit of run support. We will hope that continues. And this is StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. 2 and a 4-seam fastball 54% of the time. Then the splitter, slider, and curveball. The big pitch for him this year has been that 4-seam fastball at the top shelf. Top part of his zone. Opponent's only hitting 181 off of that pitch.
Young will face a struggling Kansas City team. The Royals 38-56. Led by their rookie Carter Jensen and their all-star Bobby Witt Jr. Salvador Perez having a really tough season in the 6th spot. Jensen, the catcher, starts out the game by taking a strike. 94, plays down and away. When we are underway at 7:06. Friday night, July the 10th, game number 95 for the Orioles and Royals. And there's a good splitter to follow it up. A pitch that Brandon Young basically took out of his repertoire at Cincinnati last game. Good to see him throwing that pitch.
Yeah, his fastball
on.
command wasn't great, and the splitter really didn't have the action that he wanted his last time out against the Reds, but that was a good start. That's 2 in a row right there. Matter of fact, his last time out was against the Reds on July the 4th. 5 innings of work, gave up 4 runs, walked 3, and struck out 5 in 102 pitches, but still picked up the win.
So the last 2 starts, highest and lowest career splitter usages. He's already thrown it twice. And on 0-2, he throws a slider down and into Carter Jensen, who bangs it foul. 23-year-old Jensen, born in Kansas City, Park Hill High School in Kansas City, and a second-year big leaguer, but a rookie. And you can see Brandon Young threw the splitter a little early, and then 2 of his last 65 pitches. So he's already thrown it twice in his first 4. Back to the heater, wanted it up and away. Adley Rutschman gives him the settle down sign after ball 1.
This Royals offense was one of the worst in the game until early in this week, and they put up 31 runs combined in back-to-back games, one against the Phillies, one against the Mets.
Fastball away and a swing and a miss by Jensen. Brandon Young starts the game by doing what he does best.
Little heat on the outside parted plate, elevated, and you're right, that's what he does best. 41% of the time he's going to throw this four-seam fastball. It's got a little bit of tail to it. And we were talking about this before the game. If you look at the analytical numbers don't jump at you as far as spin rate goes. The spin rate is actually very average or maybe slightly below average, but it's almost like when he gets it to the top of the zone, it's an invisible fastball. And that right there is exactly where he wants to throw it. And then, of course, he has the command, KB. When you get a swing and a miss and you get strike one, he can elevate just above the top of the zone and kind of go up the ladder on you.
Facing Bobby Witt Jr., always one of the game's superstars. Witt swings and misses at another invisible 95 right over the top.
See, the first one was in the zone, the second one slightly above the zone. And for me right now, I would throw one about 6 inches above that, and maybe you continue to go up that ladder and get another swing and a miss.
He threw it right in the middle of the plate. Instead, Witt slams it to right field, and it eludes Dylan Beavers in right. Witt into second. He just glides through the base paths, and he will stop there with a double as Young gave him a rare fastball mistake, and Beavers went crashing into the wall to try and get it.
21st double of the year for Bobby Witt Jr. Off the bat, 104 to the backside of the field, and you're right, this ball needed to be elevated probably about a foot higher than what it was. Dylan Beavers doing all he can do. Ball gets over his head.
So Witt, who's squarely in the running for American League MVP again, even on a 38-56 team. Nearly a 5-WAR player, wins above replacement in the first 95 games.
I mean, it's crazy. He's already got 30 stolen bases, and we're not even to the All-Star break.
He might try to take number 31 here, even at second. As Young misses with a curveball to Jack Caglio.
Every year of Bobby Witt's career, he has 30-plus stolen bases. It's an amazing number.
Well, the Royals are 19th in scoring, 4.3 runs per game, but Jack Caglione has really come into his own this year. First round pick just 2 years ago from Florida.
You want to talk about real pop. I mean, this guy can stretch him out as far as anybody in baseball. It's 6'5", 240. He hit a ball with an aluminum bat a few years ago when he was a Florida Gator, went over 500 feet, 515 feet it was marked.
And Caglione, though he's not an all-star, will be going to the all-star festivities. He'll be participating in the home run derby Monday in Philadelphia. As his average home run distance of 418 feet is tied for the highest in the majors, minimum 10 homers. Caglione pops up this high splitter. Pete Alonso, another Florida Gator, makes the catch and retires his friend from Tampa, Caglione, separated by 8 years.
Well, let's take a look at the Oriole defense, brought to you by CarShield. Left to right out in the pasture, Ward, Cowser, and Beavers. Double play combination, Henderson and Holiday. Blaze Alexander back over at third. The polar bear you just saw at first, and Adley Rutschman behind home plate for the Orioles.
Made 2 errors, but had a couple of really nice defensive plays yesterday, the O's defense. Lane Thomas is the Royals' number 4 hitter. He takes wide as called by Nick Marley.
Both of these pitchers have trouble in the first inning. Brandon Young's got a 5.14 ERA in the first inning, by far his worst all the way through until you get to the 7th inning.
30-year-old Lane Thomas on a heck of a hot streak.
Ooh, wow. How about the movement on that 2-seam fastball? That thing exploded. I don't know if Brandon Young knows how he did that, but if he does, that's going to be a real weapon. That is some serious horizontal movement right there. It just absolutely ties up Lane Thomas.
17 inches left to right. That's across the plate.
Bottle that one up and use it again.
For a pitch that Brandon Young's only started throwing this year, that kind of pitch makes you think, wait, maybe there's another gear here on that sinker.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll keep an eye on that. Maybe he figured out something in his bullpen outing in between starts. But man, he needs to bottle that up.
Royals manager is Matt Quatrero. He and Craig Albertaz both coming from the Tampa Bay system. Quatrero was a coach for 5 years there and has been the Kansas City manager for the last few. Year number 4 in KC.
Yeah, the Royals were what, 82-80 last year.
2-2 to Thomas. He struck him out. Two-seamed him again. Well, hello, Mr. Two-seamer. Scoreless first for Young.
Pass the ball with the champ.
What Craig Albertaz rolled out against right-handers of late. Gunnar Henderson leading off. Basayo, Beavers, and Cowser. The three lefties, 5, 6, 7. And Jackson Holiday at the bottom, having reached base 6 straight plate appearances. He'll take on 24-year-old Luinder Avila. 5.05 ERA, but outside of one blow-up start, man, a pretty good year as a starter.
Yeah, his first appearance when he got called up this year, it was a start. And the next 9 were relief appearances, and his last 7, of course, have been starts. ERA a shade over 5.
Avila starts the game with a slicing four-seamer, more like a cutter, to Gunnar Henderson for a strike.
He's got some big-time spin rates. I mean, the fastball spins about 2,500 RPMs, big league average right around 2,300, and the slider and the curveball, big-time spin rates as well.
Henderson shoots one sharply to second. Are we sick of saying this yet? Gunnar smoking a ball
right to somebody.
This is as hard luck and 0 for 12 as you'll ever see. And a good play by Michael Massey to retire Henderson. So here's All-Star Adley Rutschman. Showed you a little bit of the swing in the open of the game. 3 for 10, also walked 3 times in the series against Chicago. And Rutschman takes a low strike 1 with a curveball. Carter Jensen behind the plate for his 48th start. Salvador Perez over at first base today. A longtime Royals franchise catcher. Rutschman whips through a changeup, and it's 0-2.
4-pitch mix. Fastball, slider, curveball, and a changeup. We mentioned it earlier. His first innings have been a disaster. ERA nearly 16 in the first inning for Avila.
One particular disaster in there. Against Houston on June the 12th, Avila gave up 8 runs in the first inning, couldn't get out of it 2/3 of an inning. So that has obviously ballooned that first inning ERA. Since that start, he's only allowed 7 runs in 4 starts combined, though. Rutschman gets a high fastball at 97 and fouls it away. It's a pretty good arm for this 24-year-old. Has the 2 fastball shapes, slider, curveball, and changeup. The slider's been the best pitch this year. Most strikeouts, lowest average, and best swing and miss rate.
Yeah, his last time out, he went 5 innings, gave up 1 run, struck out 4 in only 69 pitches versus the Phillies. And you're right, the fastball's got good velocity. Going to average 96. And it's pretty equal how he'll use his 2 fastballs. The 2-seamer and the 4-seamer, nearly identical percentages.
After missing with a slider, his 2-2 is a 2-seamer in the dirt, and it's 3-2.
Now, one thing you got to keep an eye on for Avila, he will walk you, and that's kind of the bugaboo for him this year. 31 walks he comes in with in only 51 2/3 innings of work. So the Orioles are going to have to be patiently aggressive against him because he will give you some base on balls. See his walk rate up nearly 14%, MLB average right about 9% to give you an idea.
Avila from Caracas, Venezuela, wearing the VZ on his hat, as so many players and coaches have done recently. Honor what that country's gone through, the terrible earthquakes. Rutschman skewers one foul wide of Jason Bourgeois in the coach's box, and Adley will see an 8th pitch.
That's kind of what we're talking about in the breakdown with Adley Rutschman right there. That's 96 miles an hour on a 3-2 count. That ball's borderline strike on the inside part of the plate, but yet the hands are quick enough to get to it because he is in a ready position a little bit sooner this year than what he was last year.
And Rutschman takes a high slider for ball 4. So a pitcher who will walk you and a batter who will accept that walk. Adley with 4 walks now in the 4 games on the homestand. Our Bet365 odds to watch. Bet365, where winning is everything. Not the money line, the run line. The Orioles to win by 2 or more. -1.5, +125. Greg Abernaz with a friendly smack to the leg of Samuel Basayo looming in the hole. As Taylor Ward takes down and in. And if Luinder Avila is not going to throw strikes, this is not the guy you want to face. Taylor Ward, who is back to his walking ways, 4 walks and went 3 for 9 in the series against Chicago.
The Orioles have been a patient team this year, and this kind of fits right into their hands right here with Avila. Orioles the 4th most walks in baseball this year.
Ward takes high with a 4-seamer. Similar movement to Kyle Bradish. 4-seamer that really does not have arm side run, almost like a cutter. There's Kyle, who will pitch tomorrow night. Backup slider, it's 2-2. Royals have won 6 of Avila's 8 starts this year. 6-1 in their last 7, only losing that Houston blow up. 2-2 slider is down and in, and another full count.
That's been the biggest disappointment for the Royals this year. Last year, they were a very good pitching staff. 6th best in baseball. This year, the ERA is 28th. It's the largest jump year to year of anybody in baseball this year.
A slow ground ball to third. Josh Rojas gets 1, and the Royals can't get 2. A 5-4 fielder's choice. Ward replaces Rutschman on the base paths, and Pete Alonso will step into the batter's box.
Pete Alonso versus the Cubs. 2 for 10, a homer, a couple of RBIs. See him sitting on 20 homers now, 62 RBIs.
Strike to Alonso, a backup curveball. Career against the Royals, 345 of those 6 homers in the 15 games. He loves to hit in Kansas City. Talked about the batter's box there and the good batter's eye, and he loves to hit here as well. Talked about the batter's box and the batter's eye being favorable here. Alonso, last time the Orioles were in Kansas City, had a very nice series. He went 3 for 12, but a double, a home run, a couple of walks, and drove in a couple of runs as well.
Those are some big numbers he has against the Royals for his career, too. 345 career hitter, 6 homers, 13 RBIs. That's a good breaking ball.
One and 2 from Avila to Alonso. 20th pitch of the inning. He chases it. A sharp slider down and away, and a strikeout ends a scoreless first. iOS and Android mobile devices, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, and Roku. A Masson Plus monthly subscription still available for only $19.99 a month. Go to MassonSports.com or scan the QR code to get yours today. Into the second inning we go. No score, Kansas City and the Orioles. 17-pitch first inning for Brandon Young. And he will face 5, 6, 7 in the KC lineup. Second baseman Michael Massey to lead it off and take a fastball up and away. A little bit of pop for Massey, who's a very free swinger. 303 over his last 32, and for a little more power. As Massey takes ball 2 wide. He does not walk a lot, 13 of them in 74 games.
Well, the Royals don't walk a lot, period. 18th out of 30 teams in walks.
Another out of the 2-seamer for Young as Alonso beats Massey to the bag.
Now, the Royals at their home ballpark this year, remember, they moved the fences in a little bit to try to create more home runs. It hadn't really worked in their favor as of yet. They come in with just 95 home runs on the year, which is 23rd. out of 30 teams. But the offense year to year is actually better than what it was last year. It's been the pitching that's kind of been their bugaboo.
Well, here's Salvador Perez, one of the greatest Royals ever. An icon of Kansas City, a captain, a World Series winner. One of the great hitting catchers in big league history, but he is having just a nightmarish season, the worst of his big league career, a 596 OPS. This ball doesn't look like a guy who's got a 596 OPS. It's belted into left field at 106 for a single.
He can still get to the ball on the inside part of the plate, though. This one 106. His hands are still pretty quick, even though he's got some age to him. 9-time All-Star, Salvador Perez. 5-time Gold Glover. And not likely to steal a base.
Well, his last was in 2021, so this would be quite unexpected. Pete Alonso's holding him on maybe just for fun.
Pitch call ball. Catcher challenging.
Oh, wow. Adley Rutschman challenging that pitch to Josh Rojas.
That looked low.
Yeah, it really did. It is ABS powered by T-Mobile. Tough spot for the Orioles to lose their first challenge. An inch below the zone, and it's 1-0 to the 154 hitting Rojas. 4 for 26 on the year. There's a strike with a curveball. Rojas has spent most of the season in AAA. Michael Garcia, who's the Royals' regular third baseman and a former All-Star, is on the IL. Garcia dealing with a hand issue. It's in fact a left hand muscle strain, which maybe doesn't sound like that big of a deal, but he's been in the IL since June 23rd and needs extended rest to let it heal. So his return TBD. Into the shortstop hole. Henderson's not going to have a play. An infield single for Rojas, and back-to-back ground ball hits have 2 Royals on for Nick Lofton.
Yeah, Gunnar was swung over in the pull position. Obviously almost right behind second base. And maybe if it's a clean transfer, maybe he has a shot over at first base just because Gunnar's got a big arm. Catches it clean, but on the transfer right there, a little bit of trouble getting it out.
27-year-old Nick Lofton is the DH in the 8th spot. Lofton's coming off a tremendous series against the Mets. 6 for 12, 3 doubles and a homer. And he has reached base 12 of 20 plate appearances. As he hits a sharp ground ball to short. Henderson on a knee gets one. Holiday makes it 2.
Come on now.
Brandon Young with a point and a clap to his shortstop as Gunnar Henderson makes an excellent play.
That's what I call rolling one up right there. That was big time. If you're on the mound, you yell, "Roll it, boys," and they roll this one up. Gunnar to Jackson Holiday, and a nice stretch by Pete Alonso on the back end.
Well, the last time the Orioles were in Kansas City, it felt like the breakout moments for Samuel Basallo. A couple of critical opposite field hits in an extra inning win Monday to start that series. Basallo would come off the bench when the Orioles were being one hit, tie the game in the 9th. He ended up picking up a hit in the 2 games he started, had a walk as a pinch hitter in the 9th inning in the other.
That's what I remember for him as his breakout series. Not because he hit a lot of home runs, but because of his approach with 2 strikes. That's when he learned to hit the ball, I think, to the backside of the field. He did it 3 or 4 times in that series with 2 strikes, just taking balls on the outside part of the plate and just shoving them out in left field, left center field.
3 for 7, 3 walks, and it didn't have to be the big swings. We all knew, Ben, Samuel Basallo was capable of those big swings, but that seemed to open up a different dimension to his game.
Yes.
One that he's been able to go to at times. Struggling a little bit of late, but that Kansas City series felt like a real light bulb moment for a young kid.
There's a lot of hits to the backside of the field with 2 strikes, and I mean a lot of them.
Basallo, Beavers, and Cowser. 3 lefties bat against Luinder Avila here. Remember that Monday game was crazy in Kansas City to open the series. The Orioles had one hit against Seth Lugo in 7 innings. They were 1 out away from losing 1-0 with 1 hit till Basayo hit a 1-2 pitch from Lucas Erceg into left, and the game ended up going 12 innings and finishing 7-5. Sammy pulls this ball to second and eats up Michael Massey for the first out. Maryland Lottery's fast play contestant of the game, Christy Fry from Chestertown, has won $500 for being selected. Will win $500 more for every Orioles home run and $5,000 for each O's grand slam tonight. Learn how you can be the fast play contestant of the game at mdlottery.com/home run.
Well, big day tomorrow. Draft day tomorrow.
Well, Beavers into right field. There's a base hit right in front of Jack Caglione.
Well, DB wasted no time at all. Got something he liked on the very first pitch and bullet out to right field. 103 off the bat for Beavers. Four-seam fastball kind of up, and watch him get the hands in. That's a nice move for a big guy. See how tight the hands stay in the bottom? That's the only way you can get to an inside fastball and put the barrel on it. You got to figure out a way to get your hands tight to the body to be able to get the barrel to it. Dylan Beavers with a good start.
Beavers a first-round pick. Colton Cowser, former first-rounder. And that's going to be happy for the folks in the bird bath. And there are a lot of folks out in the bird bath right now. You know, sometimes we have a guest splasher here and there joining Mr. Splash. Tonight is Turnstile night, and everybody in Turnstile, all 5 of them, are currently guest splashers. There they are, members of the Grammy Award-winning band from right here in Baltimore. Lead vocalist Brendan Yates has the black cap on. Meg Mills and Pat McCrory, the guitarists, are there. Franz Lyons has the old-school black Orioles jersey, the bassist, and then Dan Fang, the drummer. They are 4 of them, everybody but Meg. They are all from Baltimore. 3 of them went to Towson, grew up together, and formed this fantastic group. And they are fired up. Got to talk to them before the game about being back home here. Very dramatic entrance into the bath today from Brendan. And if you've ever seen Turnstile or just seen videos of their shows, they bring some rather dramatic energy.
Yeah, they do. I've seen them dive off into the stands with a few highlights I've seen.
Yes.
They might need some goggles and maybe a crash helmet when they do that.
I'm wondering if anybody's going to crowd surf up into the bird bath. Right now, Brennan's just taking selfies. Brendan Yates crowd surfed in the NPR offices during an NPR Tiny Desk concert, so Camden Yards would not be that crazy of a place to do it. Well, hopefully Colton can give them something to splash down. 2-2. He takes strike 3 instead with a changeup, and Luinder Avila has his second K.
Avila's got some good stuff. You can see it already. Good fastball. That 4-seam fastball's got some right to left cut to it. 2-seamer going the other way, and he's got some really good spin too. Changeup is really good. The breaking balls. The only question with him is, can you wait him out? Because he will walk you.
2-out pitch for Blaze Alexander is rocketed just down the line, foul.
It's a nice play.
Very nice play. And a happy fan. Blaze 0 for 4 yesterday. He lines his pitch into center with Dylan Beavers on the run. And Beavers is coming all the way home. Now he'll double back and go to third. He thought about going first to home, trying to catch the Royals off guard. And Dylan, with a smile on his face, was able to slip back into third. It's runners at the corners, 2 down.
Little hit and run. In today's game, it's more about run and hit. Years ago, it used to be called hit and run. Dylan Beavers thought about it.
Buck Britton was not thinking about it. Buck was very dramatically trying to stop it. And if Dylan took one more step, he might have ended up bear hugging Buck. Why not hold him up? Jackson Holliday's been as hot as anybody, as Jackson takes 98 for a strike. On base, 6 consecutive plate appearances, a career high tying 4 hits Wednesday. and 2 walks off the bench yesterday.
Watch Buck Britton right here. He's thinking about it. He waves him right there, and that's why Beavers grabbed a different gear, and then he checks him up. And that's a good example of why you never Cadillac into a base, because you never know when the coach is going to tell you take an extra 90.
Holiday through the right side. 7 straight plate appearances on base for Jackson Holiday as he chips a sinker through the hole. And now Dylan Beavers finds his way home. It's the Orioles on the board first on a Friday night.
Young Jackson Holiday. He is figuring it out, folks. A 4-for-4 day the other day. 2 plate appearances yesterday. Walked twice. Trying to go away with this pitch right here. Trying to get that ball in the outside part of the plate, and it just kind of stays right middle. Jackson Holiday, which he has been on time with the fastball as of late.
Diving Salvador Perez could do nothing about it. First and third, 2 out again. And a strike to Gunnar.
Blaze Alexander ended up going first to third.
Some pretty good speed, Ben, at the bottom of this lineup with Beavers, Cowser, Alexander, Holiday, and the Orioles really put some things in motion. Now Gunnar trying to bring in another. Takes Wall 1 wide.
Yeah, you talk about Beavers, Cowser, Alexander, and Holiday, and then Henderson. So you got 5 guys with above average speed in a row.
2 through 5 more your sluggers, Rutschman or Alonso Basayo. Henderson up the middle. There is a base hit. Holiday will go first to third. Gunnar will hold at first. Alexander is in. Has to feel like the weight of the world lifted off the shoulders of Gunnar Henderson, who finally sees the outfield grass with a sizzling single to make it a 2-run second.
Boy, think about this. In the 3-game series against the Cubs, the Orioles had 3 base hits total with runners in scoring position. They've got 2 here in the second inning alone. Gunnar Henderson continues to find the barrel. 97-mile-an-hour sinker, and boy, he barrels it up right back up the middle past Michael Massey.
Brian Sweeney, the Royals pitching coach, out for a chat with Avila. What's going on there? Rally peanuts against the face?
Rally peanuts.
Holding like an ice pack. Well, good inning for the bird bath. Good thing they have 5 guest splashers out there. They've needed to spray down those folks on 3 consecutive 2-out hits, 4 hits in the inning. And 2 on 2 out for Rutschman, trying to keep the fun going. Hadley will take low. Luinder Avila had only allowed 1 run in 3 of his last 4 starts and 5 of his last 7. Gives up 2 here in the second. Catches somewhere around the bottom of the zone with that curveball.
I think the Orioles can take some extra 90s on Avila. Every now and then he'll slide step, but a lot of times it's a big high leg kick.
Tantalizing changeup puts Rutschman in the hole.
Yeah, it's almost like the changeup's been the best pitch so far tonight.
A 20-pitch first inning for Avila. This will be a 23rd here in the second. Gunner's on the run. Pitch is hit right back to Avila. He grabbed it between his legs.
Look what I found, huh? Well, he might have found that ball, but the Orioles found 2 runs. RBI single by Jackson Holiday, and RBI single by Gunnar Henderson. And the Orioles up 2-0 after 2.
Orioles baseball on Masson, brought to you by Bet365, where winning is everything. And by Antwerpen Automotive, sizzling savings on your favorite brands at Antwerpen Automotive, where Jack says yes to every deal. Save at jacksays.yes.com. Third inning, and look who we got in the booth with us. Very special guest.
If Chef Dan is here,
Chef Dan,
we got some good food.
No, normally you don't pop a headset on, so this must be really special. Tell us and tell the folks at home what you've got for us and what you've got for the people of Camden Yards tonight.
Absolutely. Well, 250 years ago, USA made a couple declarations. I'm making a declaration today for our Baltimore-style hot dog. We've yet to really kind of coin what a Baltimore-style hot dog is. Who better than the Baltimore Orioles and us to declare that today, right? So,
I like it. Tell me what's on this. I see some onions, it looks like.
The Declaration of Baltimore Dog Independence is what's happening
absolutely.
right now.
And most people will say, oh, where's the Old Bay? Where's the crab meat? And I say, go have some crab dip. Go have a crab cake. Go have a crab pretzel, crab fries. Baltimore dog, we're leaning into the culture, the history, the heritage of our great city here, right? So we're doing sauerkraut. We're doing caramelized onions. We got fried bologna on there. Beef hot dog with the deli mustard on the potato roll. Can't beat it.
Ben?
Classic.
That is very good. Spicy mustard, I like that.
It sounds awesome. I'm going to take a bite now while somebody else talks. Or I don't have to talk, it's TV. But I'm going to take a bite.
Very good.
Thank you.
I will be, if not a founding father, I will be a co-signer of this document.
Hey, Chef Dave, this is Rob Long.
Great. That's great.
I have a declaration. A declaration for a hot dog. They serve hot dogs in the ballpark, in the bowl of the stadium, and I'm sitting. Why does no one ever bring me food? My declaration is I want a hot dog too.
Hey, give me 10 minutes. I'll be
there you
down.
go, man. That's why I love you.
Yeah,
that's why I love you.
Come on up, Rob.
Kevin has no love for me.
I'll give you half of mine.
Kevin has no love for me whatsoever.
Rob, but you better hurry up and get here.
The Greek nachos are still on the way, I'm telling you.
Pratt Street Kevin. One way.
He's one way, isn't he, Rob?
Pratt Street.
Oh, goodness. Back to the chef. Enough of you. Where can folks find this Baltimore dog?
Oh, yeah. So we have it on our club level here, sections 214, 58. And on the lower level, we have it on Utah Street at the Butchery. And we have it at stand 13 and stand 83 on the lower concrete.
And when is it going to be available?
It's available right now. You can come get it right now.
Is it be available the rest of the season?
Rest of the season.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is not just a limited time thing. This is from now on, this is going to be here in the ballpark, Baltimore dog.
Mm-hmm. We're making a stand.
Can you take us into the history of this a little bit, like with the specific items and the color of your history as it relates to the city of Baltimore?
Well, yeah. I mean, this goes back to when I was a kid coming through the city here, going to school, and I'd walk down Lombard Street and stop at one of the great delis down there, grab a hot dog, and surprise to me, it was wrapped on bologna. So I thought that was kind of always a cool touch.
Yeah.
And I see that nowhere else. I got to thinking in my professional career here, it's like you think about a Chicago dog, you know what that looks like. A New York dog, a Seattle dog. So we need to make a claim for what a Baltimore dog is. And, we have a great history and heritage of population of Jewish people as well as Polish and German heritage here. So, the sauerkraut and the caramelized onions, the bologna, all ties in very well.
I think it's great. I think people should come here, and nothing wrong with like a regular ballpark hot dog. This is next level. Thank you, Chef Dan.
Well, thank you.
A declaration on this July the 10th, 2026.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, America.
There you go.
Inning, 2 runs for the Orioles, our Nissan pitchcast.
Yeah, Dylan Beaver's first pitch with 1 out, so he gets on. Blaze Alexander, a really good swing on a breaking ball. Jackson Holiday covers the sinker on the outside part of the plate, and then Gunnar Henderson finally, folks, finds the outfield grass. So 2 runs, 4 consecutive hits. Well, actually 3 consecutive hits and 4 hits total.
That's not bad given the Orioles had 3 hits all of the game yesterday. They won that game, of course, but they've already out-hit yesterday's Orioles. As Taylor Ward takes strike 1 from Luinder Avila. What a weird couple of days it's been for the Orioles. On Wednesday, they out-hit the Cubs by 6, 14-8, but lose 9-7. Yesterday, they are out-hit by the Cubs by 6, 9-3. They commit 2 errors, and yet they win 3-2. So the Orioles lose while out-hitting the Cubs by 6 and win while being out-hit by 6. We check with our friends at Stats, and that has never happened. The Orioles have never had back-to-back games where they've out-hit a team by 6 or more and lost, then been out-hit by 6 or more and won.
That's what I love about the game of baseball, because every night you come to the ballpark, you can see something a little bit different, or something that hasn't happened ever, or maybe not happened in a very long time.
It's a weird and wild couple of days, certainly. And the Orioles yesterday had 2 hits in the first 2 innings. The next 6 base runners walks. The next 2 were hit batsmen. So 8 base runners in a row were free passes before the game-winning 2-run double by Jeremiah Jackson. That pitch is a little bit low to Ward, and it's 3-2. Of course, a big difference between Wednesday and Thursday pitching. The Orioles gave up 9 all in the first 7 innings Wednesday. Yesterday, Trevor Rogers great. The bullpen gave up only 1 in 3 innings. And the O's avoided the sweep. Here's another 3-2 for Ward, and he reaches out and pokes it into center field for the Orioles' 5th hit of the game.
Taylor Ward continues to hit. Went through a little bit of a slow time, but he has picked it back up the last couple series. A little slider working to the outside part of the plate. He's fooled a little bit, but you saw how, watch him sink into his legs. See how he sinks down and goes down and gets that ball. Instead of drifting forward, he just sinks and goes down. That allows him to have some bat left and just powers it right back up the middle.
There's a ground ball foul from Pete Alonso. Better at-bats for Ward on this homestand. 4 for 11, 3 walks. And the Orioles have the leadoff man on for the first time in 3 innings. '95th game for Pete. 95th game for the Orioles. He continues to post. Yesterday was 0 for 1, but reached base his final 3 times, 2 walks and then hit by a pitch. And his big accomplishment yesterday, as he takes a very low strike, was after being grazed by a pitch in the 8th. He hustled home from first on a gapper, plunging in ahead of the throw from cutman Nico Horner to score the game-winning run.
Yeah, it was back-to-back hit by pitches. They got the rally started for the Orioles. Of course, Jeremiah Jackson did the damage once Henderson and Alonso had been hit by pitches.
Craig Albert has talked about Pete Alonso's competitiveness. He said Pete likes to joke about his open field speed. He picked it up, put it down pretty well first time. Ward's on the run. Here's a throw from Jensen. Taylor Ward is going to be out. Did not get a great jump. Ward is going to hang around, though, wondering if maybe, just maybe, he slid around the tag from Michael Massey, and the Orioles don't think he did.
He tried the old swim move, and it almost felt like if he would just slid traditionally head first, he might have got that hand in there, but instead he tries to pull it out of the way. Michael Massey applies the tag.
Ward now just 3 for 6 as a base stealer this year. The base is wiped clean as Alonso gets a piece, and the ball pops out of Carter Jensen's mitt. So Pete, who struck out his first time, given a reprieve, and he'll walk with it. Back-to-back 7-pitch plate appearances in the inning, a base hit, a walk. The caught stealing erased the first base runner, but the Orioles get another with 1 out. Samuel Basallo now standing in. Jensen had strike 3 in his glove and couldn't squeeze it. So he throws out Ward. And Jensen has made a positive mark on the inning, but the Orioles get a base runner to replace him. First pitch swinging. Basallo got a curveball near the heart. Avila starting for a Royals rotation that is in tatters. Some significant injuries. Ooh. Obviously the big one, Cole Reagans, who's been one of the more dominant strikeout pitchers in baseball the last couple of years. Reagans underwent a UCL repair on his left elbow July 1st, and he is done until probably mid-season next year.
Yeah, he had that phenomenal year in 24, did Reagans. A lot of strikeouts, A lot of innings pitched. Got nicked up last year. Had a leg issue, then a shoulder issue. Didn't pitch a whole lot last year. Of course, Tommy John surgery this year, so he's going to be out for a while.
8 starts for him, 9 starts for Chris Bubic, who's on the 60-day IL. Bubic has been dealing with some left shoulder soreness. He was scratched from a rehab start 9 days ago and received a cortisone shot the day after, so he may not return until August, maybe September, if he's back at all this year.
Then Alec Marsh, he had shoulder surgery back during the offseason, so not likely to pitch this year either.
Hey, Kevin.
Yeah.
The chef has delivered.
Look at Look at you, Rob.
There he is.
Chef delivered.
There he is. That was less than 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was. Proficient. I'm going to bite into it.
Rob, it ain't no one-way street down there, is it?
No, it's not.
Okay.
No, it's not. It's I-83.
All right.
I just needed to hire a driver.
That's all you had to do. You got Uber for me. Uber
You're gonna like this.
It looks great.
It's really, really good.
It looks great. I'm going to do it in between innings because the balls come over here pretty fast.
Yeah, you don't want to knock out the mustard and sauerkraut. One of Shep Dan's best creations, and we get a lot of them. 6 pitch to Basayo, and a little tapper. Avila off the mound. Will retire Basayo. Alonso to second, 2 away. So runner in scoring position for Dylan Beavers.
Yeah, Dylan Beavers attacked the very first pitch he saw his first at bat. Got a fastball in the inner third of the plate.
Likely he won't get that pitch again. We'll see.
Not likely.
He got something off speed, a slider instead. Slow slider. We've seen Avila juke that slider up to 91. Interesting pitch because that was at 84. Take something off.
A little push and pull.
Bit of a shapeshifter. Beavers right side and right to Salvador Perez. So the Orioles leave a runner at second, but lead by 2. Major League Baseball is taking over Philadelphia with the game's biggest events. The action begins with the T-Mobile Home Run Derby on Netflix Monday night at 8 Eastern. Then the 96 MLB All-Star Game presented by MasterCard July 14th at 8 on Fox. Adley Rutschman will be at the All-Star Game, and this guy, Jack Caglione, will be at the Home Run Derby. Leading off the 4th against Brandon Young, who struck out Bobby Witt Jr. in a 9-pitch 1-2-3 third, and that fastball looking good for Young early. Now you mentioned you've seen Jack Caglione go .515 with an aluminum bat.
Yes.
He will be must-see streaming in the Home Run Derby on Monday as he launches this ball to right field. High up in the air, it is gone. And Caglione with a moonshine home run to the flag court. His 15th of the year comes right on cue to put the Royals on the board.
Yeah, Caglione's one of those special players. He doesn't even have to get it to hit it out. He got that one pretty good. 100 miles an hour off the bat and stuck it right onto the flag court. 368 feet. His 15th long ball, his 35th RBI. That's a hanging splitter right there. That's kind of the action I was talking about. That splitter the last time out for Brandon Young did not have the typical action that he wants. And when you hang it and start it up, it really doesn't have that break that you want, that downward action.
First home run that Young has allowed on the splitter this season. A 2-1 Oriole lead as Lane Thomas stands in. Thomas has an extra base hit in 7 straight games as he backs up Caglione. He's one shy of tying the all-time Royals record.
Yeah, but Danny Tartable has the all-time Royals record with 8 consecutive games with an extra base hit. But he has been on fire. His last 7 games, 385, a couple of homers, 7 RBIs.
He's 198 against righties. Has as he takes a strike here. You had any Danny Tartabull memories from your matchup?
I saw Danny Tartabull hit against the Orioles. He hit for the cycle one year. I remember that. Seemed like that was at Old Memorial Stadium. He had some real juice.
Check swing doesn't matter. That ball's a strike.
That's a nice slider right on the outside edge and a good bounce back for Brandon Young.
Nick Marley did check with Marvin Hudson at first, though, so I guess it's going to be a swinging strikeout.
Yeah, the ball looked like he caught the outer third to me. We'll take a look at it. Yeah, it's there.
It was a strike and it was a swing, so 4 Ks for Young. He's retired 5 of the last 6. The Caglione home run, the blemish. And here's Michael Massey. Brandon Young really had to grind his last time out in Cincinnati in 5 innings. 8 hits, 3 walks, 4 earned runs. He did strike out 5. He got staked to a bunch of runs, which is often the case. Young is among the major league leaders in run support.
He gets right about 6.5 runs every time he takes the bump. That's what you call pitcher on the right day. But I did like the way he finished against Cincinnati. He gave up 1 in the first. He gave up 3 there in the second inning, and then had 3+ innings of shutdown baseball.
Time for tonight's Xfinity Power Connections. Brandon Young getting 6.6 runs per 9. The rest of the rotation just 0 for 4. I don't know. They just must really like this guy. Very nice guy. Poor Shane Baz is getting about 3.4 runs per 9, and Brandon Young 6.6.
Winning ball games at the big league level, you got to have the run support. You got to pitch on the right days. There's not as big an emphasis as there used to be on wins. But 2 ways you can win. You got to have good run support, or you got to be able to work deeper in ball games to give yourself a chance to win the ball game.
And Brandon Young's been consistent. He gave up the 4 at Cincinnati last time out. He gave up 10 runs, 4 earned against Houston April the 30th. He's allowed 3 runs or less in every one of the other 12 starts. He sails the heater here, though, and that's Brandon Young's first walk tonight. It comes against Michael Massey.
Tell you how good Brandon Young's been his last 11 starts. How about a 5-1 record with a 3.16 ERA his last 11? And he's averaging 5 2/3 during those 11 starts as well.
So 1 on, 1 out, and 1 in. Salvador Perez with a sharp single. And Perez launches the first pitch up on the infield. Alonso with a dramatic wave cleans it up. So Young will face Josh Rojas, trying to get out of the inning, maintain the lead. And a reverse splits guy this year, Brandon Young. Lefties hitting is .226, righties .287. The OPS is 45 points better. The lefty Rojas goes the other way here. Ward racing back. That's off the wall. And here comes Massey around third to tie the game. So Josh Rojas with an infield single to short and an RBI double to left, and it's a 2-run 4th inning for Kansas City.
Josh Rojas came in hitting .154 on the year. A 2-for-2 day, including that double and an RBI, and we were all new again. His second double of the season. 4-seam fastball working up and away. That's a pretty good swing right there. Goes up top shelf and just flattens out that bat. If Ward grabs that ball and bare hands it, he has a chance to hold the runner at third. But when it kicked off the bare hand, that allowed Massey to score all the way from first base.
Now Nick Lofton. Slider for a strike. Velocity a little down after that first inning for Young. Lofton grounded into a 6-4-3 double play. He swings and misses at another slider.
Royals are pretty much middle of the pack runners in scoring position this year. 254, that's 14th. Now where they do excel is runners in scoring position and 2 out. Just like they just did. They're the second best team in baseball hitting with runners in scoring position and 2 out.
In the air to left, Ward. Lots of space now, but a 2-run inning. Kansas City ties it in the 4th. Of Orioles baseball is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Shop Toyota for legendary style and reliability. And check out the all-new RAV4 at Toyota.com. Only feels right as we get the Baltimore dog that Mustard wins tonight. Continuing his resurgent comeback season. Can you be the comeback player of the year within the year? If so, Mustard's got a shot.
Mustard's been hot.
You like hot mustard?
I like spicy mustard better. I don't know about hot mustard, but
spicy mustard,
yeah,
brown mustard, honey mustard. Rank those 3.
I'm gonna go spicy,
yep,
honey, and then regular mustard.
And then you're with me. I'm the same order as you. Spicy honey brown, which is also what I've often been called.
Honey brown.
19 for ketchup. Relish and mustard tied for 2nd right now.
Big comeback for Mustard. Mustard got out of the gates on a very slow pace this year.
Colton Cowser to the backside. And a room out there for Isaac Collins. Pretty well hit ball, but an out against Luinder Avila, who's now pitching in a tie game after a 2-run 4th. Blaze Alexander with a base hit in the 2nd inning after he had his 11-start streak of reaching base snap yesterday.
Ooh, that ball's inside too.
Oh, okay. Update: mustard not spicy or honey with 16. Oh, okay, thank you guys. I don't think you'd want honey mustard on a hot dog, but I wouldn't mind spicy. This ball is elevated.
How about that?
Center field. See you in the bird bath. A splash hit for Blaze.
The Blazer in the house with a long ball. His 4th long ball of the year. His 29th RBI. And the Orioles take the lead right back after the Royals put 2 up in the top of the 4th. Boy, was that a nice move to the ball, too. I love Blaze Alexander's stroke, man. When he gets counts in his favor, before he gets to 2 strikes, he'll look to do some damage. And then he'll go to a 2-strike approach and just serve balls the other way, but he got all of that one.
How about 436? One of the longest Oriole home runs of the season. Off the bat of the guy who's usually Mr. Opposite Field single.
I'm talking about that stretching one out right there.
Some blazing hot mustard, and the Orioles reclaim the lead on an Alexander assault. Two and one now to Jackson Holiday. So a 1-base hit and a 4-base hit for Blaze. The Orioles have their first home run of the night. And Holiday with a ground ball to first. This time Perez, not holding a runner, is able to make the play.
Well, let's take a look. Take a look at Blaze Alexander. A little spinning breaking ball, just kind of backed up, and boy, he gets the hands in tight. A little skip and a hop and a little bat flip. He knew he had that one, KB, as soon as it touched his bat. And watch where this ball lands. Well above the bird bath. Kind of skipped on that one a little bit.
A down and in slug for the Oriole 8-man. Gunnar Henderson on the next pitch, high and deep to right field. Caglione in front of the wall has just enough room. A skyscraping swing from Henderson, agonizingly close to breaking the home run drought, but a blaze blast in the Orioles lead. Call him Baja Blaze. 436-foot home run by Blaze Alexander means fans scored 2. Unlock your free 20-ounce Baja Blast by registering now at BajaBlastHomeRuns.com.
Well, did you see how tight and short that swing was to the ball? Love it.
His previous career high was a 411-foot home run off of Jack Leiter last year. This one eclipsed that by 25 feet. And the Orioles take the lead right back, 3-2. Blaze Alexander has just raked now for 2 months. Craig Alvarez has resisted calls to move him up in the lineup, saying Blaze is comfortable there, and he does like having that kind of hitter at the bottom of the lineup to lengthen out the lineup. And wherever Blaze is hit, 6, 7, 8, 9, he just keeps coming through.
Yeah, I see both sides of the argument on that. I agree. A lot of people want him moved up, and it would probably play well the way he's swinging it moved up. But then again, sometimes when you move guys around, they try to do a little bit more than what they typically do. But I also am a big believer in lengthening that lineup and rolling it back to the top as well. And that's what Blaze Alexander does down towards the bottom of the lineup for the Orioles.
There's a line drive in the right from Isaac Collins. He's going to get aboard in the number 9 spot. Trying to leg out a double. Dylan Beaver's throw, not quite in time. Safe the call from Ryan Addington at second.
That was a nice throw and played perfectly by Dylan Beavers too.
Gunnar Henderson does want the Orioles to check, and they are waiting for an answer, and they will challenge. Craig Alvarez threw the hands on the head with 1 second left to challenge.
Oh, he's off the bag.
Was there space there between
the hands? There might have been a little bit of space.
Baltimore challenging a safe call at second base.
Because he's clearly safe at
right there.
I think that
right
might
there
be a gap, Ben.
I'm telling you. And Gunnar Henderson, a couple days in a row now, is keeping that tag on because it looked like the hand got in there first, but is there a little bit of space? And it looks like there's a little bit of space. Now, again, this is not what replay was designed for, these types of plays, but that's where we are now.
Hyundai manager's challenge here, and that is a pretty telling shot.
You don't get no cleaner than that.
The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event deals so right it almost feels wrong, only at your local Hyundai dealer. Marvin Hudson has our final verdict.
After review, the runner came off the bag while the play is still being retired. The runner is out. Baltimore will retain the challenge.
Well, give Dylan Beavers a lot of credit. He played that perfectly right off the wall. A perfect one-hopper to Gunnar Henderson. And again, give Gunnar Henderson a lot of credit. Just kept the tag applied on.
So Beavers will be credited with his 3rd outfield assist. Credit to Henderson for keeping the tag on, and credit to Collins for just coming in a little bit hot. I don't know if there's reasonably a way to reinterpret that rule, or if this is just what we're going to deal with forever in the replay world.
No, I think this is where we are to stay. And again, this was not why replay was designed, but that's how we're using it now.
Carter Jensen flies out. I guess the only way you could overturn it would be to say a runner is entitled to, when he slides into a bag, if he slides in a straight line, have a grace period of sorts. But that would be too ambiguous, honestly. I think it needs to be black and white in the replay world. So we just have to deal with those, and base runners have to know when you're sliding in, find a way to keep your body on the base. Right or wrong, we're not going back now.
No.
So it's a base hit, and it's a 9-6 assist. And after Carter Jensen's fly out, 2 down, nobody on for Bobby Witt, who pops the ball up behind the plate. Adley Rutschman retires a player who was picked right below him in the draft 7 years ago. Young faces the minimum in the 5th. Well, it is draft day tomorrow, the first round of the draft. The Orioles have the 7th overall pick. And MASN All Access has you covered. Our Brennan Mortensen and Annie Clapp tomorrow at approximately 1:30 on the Orioles MASN social channels. Live coverage, instant analysis, exclusive interviews with Orioles front office members, draft experts, and more. And the full show right here on MASN Monday night at 7. So 7th pick, it's tomorrow, Ben. The draft starting a day earlier this year on Saturday.
A lot of dreams will come true tomorrow for a lot of kids.
What is draft day like? Obviously, you have a unique perspective as well.
I mean, you're just nervous. You're just nervous, and you want to hear your name called. So many projections, so many mock drafts out there. But there'll be some surprises. And one of the surprises that I saw here recently is have the Orioles taking a pitcher. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen.
But Flora of UC Santa Barbara.
Yeah, the top pitcher out there. He has dropped down the draft boards. Was going to be a top 3 pick, they felt like maybe a month or 2 ago, but now he's projected right around 6, 7, or 8 potentially.
Now, of course, we'll have some surprises tomorrow. Teams play things very close to the vest, but there is some thought he'd be in play at 7. The Orioles never drafted a first-round pitcher under Mike Elias. Adley Rutschman off the glove of Salvador Perez, past the glove of Michael Massey, and belatedly to the glove of Bobby Witt. It's an infield hit.
This rocket here just chews up Salvador Perez. 106 off the bat.
That's that left-handed swing for Adley Rutschman. Look at how he covers velocity with a short move.
Yeah, short move. And you talk to any hitter, they'll tell you the most important thing for me is keeping my head still. And because Adley doesn't have that big rock back, and it wasn't extreme last year, but it's certainly more than what he did this year. But when he rocked back last year, the head would move a little bit more. And now if you watch that head, you draw a straight line, his head hardly moves at all. That allows him to see the ball better and get into a hitting position a little bit quicker, and that's how he's covering high velocity fastballs this year.
Been very receptive to making changes with the new hitting coaches, Dustin Lynn and Brady North, his assistant. Last year really struggled from the left side of the plate. This year, well, he's an all-star, and he's been one of the best hitting catchers in baseball again. And in talking to Dustin Lynn, who is working with Adley Rutschman for the first time, he is so happy to work with Adley, as is Brady North, who's on the left of your picture. Dustin's right. Dustin feels like with Adley's ability to take pitches and make contact and the way he gets the ball in the air, he has as high a ceiling as any offensive catcher in baseball.
Yes, and that was kind of Adley's calling card when he first came up. He didn't expand the zone. Of course, he got away from that a little bit the last year and a half going into this year. But he has made those necessary adjustments and willing to get better and try new things, and it's paid off for him. And look, you can make the same for Adley too on the defensive side of the ball as well. And some big changes on the defensive side, and that's led to his very best year behind home plate as well.
Taylor Ward has the Orioles' 3rd walk meanwhile, and Rutschman and Ward are both aboard for Pete Alonso.
Big chance for the Orioles here. 1st and 2nd, nobody out. Alonso, Basayo, and Beavers coming to the plate.
Walk number 72 for Taylor Ward now. Now the Orioles are playing more games than they often played before the All-Star break, but still, no Oriole has more walks before the break. Ken Singleton had 70 in 75, and Taylor Ward has surpassed him and everybody else. Well, the Orioles have Avila in unfamiliar territory here. I know it's only 85 pitches in 4+ innings, but Avila has barely faced the order a 3rd time through this year. 2 on, nobody out. Now, in the few times he's done it, the league is just 1 for 12 or 1 for 11 against Avila with 3 walks. But his career high pitch count is 91, and he's on the verge of that with nobody warming in the Kansas City bullpen.
But one of my favorite things to look at is always runners in scoring position, both as a hitter and a pitcher. And his numbers go up when runners get in scoring position. Batters are hitting 270 off of him overall, but right at 300 when runners get in scoring position.
That's a devastating 2-seamer. And 2 strikes on Pete.
He's not lost anything on velocity either through 87 pitches.
24-year-old, 6'3", 195 in his second major league year. He has struck out and walked Alonso.
Signed by the Royals at 16 years old. Oh, that's
Gets a piece.
Really good 2-seamer.
Pete got a piece of Carter Jensen in addition.
And you speed that bat up enough with those 2-seam fastballs, high velocity on the inside part of the plate. We talked about it earlier. Avila's best pitch this year has been that slider away.
It's where your pitcher brain's got to go here, right?
It does. I mean, I sped that bat up now. I don't want to throw it for a strike, but if I start on the outside edge and work it off, I could have some success now.
Threw it down and in there.
Yeah. That one kind of backed up in there.
Which we've seen him do a couple of times. That obviously comes with some real danger.
Yeah, he's missing his starting point with it. He wants to start that ball more on the middle part of the plate and have it work off the outside edge.
Upshoot fastball that's gone to 2-2. And now the Royals start the bullpen with Steven Cruz. Next pitch is going to tie a career high for Avila, number 91 here in the big leagues. And it is another power 2-seamer.
That's impressive right there. He just kept shoving that 2-seamer right on the inside part of the plate. The ball's got a lot of velocity and a lot of movement. There's a good look at that 2-seam fastball.
3 strikeouts today, 2 against Pete. Samuel Basayo, 2 on, 1 out.
Time for Big Sam to do some damage. Basayo had a pretty good series against the Reds. Couple of home runs, but 1 for 12 against the Cubs in that 3-game series.
Ground ball, Basayo knocked down by Avila. That may have thwarted the Royals' chances of getting 2.
I think it absolutely did. Could have been an ending double play. So Orioles catch a little bit of a break there. Avila knocks it down, collects the out over at first base, but an opportunity for Dylan Beavers to drive in a couple here. Oh, well, actually, that ball could have gotten through.
Yeah, maybe.
Michael Massey was shaded a little bit over in the pull position.
Could have been nothing, could have been 2, and you know what? 1 feels like the appropriate result. Beavers with a sharp single and a ground out. Takes inside. Royals have 2 lefties. Daniel Lynch is their best lefty right now, and Matt Strahm, who has struggled a bit and thrown 3 of the last 5 games. So they have Avila staying in the game in the 5th. And look, Kansas City is 38-56. I mean, they're pretty far out of any playoff contention right now. May as well try and let a young pitcher get through this.
And look, if you're a manager too, you look down at your bullpen and you got the 2nd worst bullpen in baseball. They rank 29th overall.
Beavers punches 1 to second, and Avila does get through this after the first 2 Orioles reach. Strikeout, ground out. That stays a 1-run game. Orioles baseball on MASN is brought to you by Papa John's, helping you save big with their Papa Pairings menu. Order 2 or more items for only $6.99 each. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's. And by the Law Tigers. Injured in a motorcycle accident? Call 1-800-LAW-TIGERS. Kevin Brown, Ben McDonald upstairs. A rather fulfilled Rob Long downstairs on our wonderful MASN crew on a City Connect Friday. 3-2 Orioles, but Jack Caglione trying to spoil that. He homered in the 4th, and he singles to lead off the 6th against Brandon Young. Pitch count's very low for Young, 65. Allowed 2 runs in the 4th, nothing more, but instantly finds himself in a minor pickle. Lane Thomas, 2 strikeouts. Ground ball down to 3rd, picked by Blaze Jackson, Pete, and that's 2.
Love it.
He can do it at both ends, Blaze Alexander.
I mean, that was a rocket off the bat to Blaze Alexander, but he was positioned absolutely perfect on this one. Second double play of the day by the Orioles. Watch this. Hot corner, backhand side. That's a nice play. Knows he has plenty of time. Jackson Holliday knows he has extra time too. Be sure to throw. A little 5 to 4 to 3 double play.
So 2 outs on 2 pitches, and then a little extra off the corner to get a strike on Mike Massey. Can it be a 4-pitch inning here for Brandon Young?
Almost.
Maybe 5. Avila finished 5 innings at 96 pitches. Young is going to have the palindromic version of that with his next pitch. And the splitter is wide. Massey has bounced out to first and walked. The Orioles are going to be without Tyler Wells tonight, having thrown back-to-back days. Yennier Cano and Andrew Kittredge threw yesterday as well. 4 relievers Wednesday, so bullpen's had a longer couple of days. Brandon Young almost had strike 3. Adley couldn't squeeze it. There's Tyler, who is on the tablet, but probably has the night off. So with an efficient pitch count, Young trying to make it through 6. And he does in a high quality fashion.
Big time right there. A little top shelf heater. Brandon Young only giving up 2 so far.
What a night at the ballpark. Great weather, great vibes, turnstile night, 98 rock night. Good energy in the ballpark, and the Orioles with a 3-2 lead over Kansas City. The Royals will be the first team to turn to the bullpen, and Steven Cruz comes out of the gate.
Steven Cruz, 28th appearance. ERA a shade above 5, 29 to 3rd, 16 walks. That can be an issue for him at 29 to 3rd. But he does have 39 strikeouts. Why? Because it is a big arm. His fastball is going to average a little over 98 miles an hour. Cutter, slider.
It's the good, the bad, and the ugly with Cruz. The good, the strikeouts. The bad and the ugly, pick which one you want. Walks and home runs. He's given up 9 homers in just 29 and a third innings. Inside to Colton Cowser for ball 1. So Luinder Avila, 5 innings, gave up 7 hits and 3 earned, walking and striking out 3 each. And Cruz, there's that big arm
too. Yeah. And did you see that arm slot too? That's a little bit lower arm slot too. Heavy on that 4-seam fastball, then cutter and slider. Wow. Yeah.
Look at that thing.
Yeah, that thing exploded. And he's one of those guys, you better push him down in the strike zone, because if you try to attack 99 to 100 up there, it's going to be hard. Watch this ball just explode. Almost seems like and feels like, if you're Colton Cowser, it's rising.
Alonso and Cowser have each struck out twice. Those are all 4 of the Royals strikeouts. And that pitch was thrown so fast, Nick Harley didn't have time to see that it was in the strike zone. Caught the corner, but it's 1-0 to Blaze, who's got the single and the homer up to 309. And there's 100 again.
You better turn it up.
How is Stephen Cruz allowed 9 home runs with this arm? Good
5 on the
grief.
fastball, 4 on the slider. But you mentioned the walks. We talked about the walks, and when you get yourself in predictable counts, you can give up some home runs.
Fouled away by Blaze, 99 up and in. The longest career home runs for Blaze Alexander, not even close. Only 3 at 400 plus, one of them at even 400, 411 off Jack Leiter, 436 off the slider.
I just feel like the breaking balls, and me and you have had this discussion before, I feel like the breaking balls, when you get them, they go further. I think it's the spin of the ball, because to hit a home run off a fastball, you got to turn the spin around. Fastball is obviously spinning this way going to home plate, and then when you hit it, you spin it back the other way. But on breaking balls, it's already spinning the way you want it to spin, and you hit the bottom of the ball, it's going to spin faster and go. Now, I have no proof of that. It's just what it feels like.
I'm sure we could find proof, but I'm with you that that's what it feels like too. We'll just leave it at that, unless somebody wants to look it up. Stream Massive Plus on iOS and Android mobile devices, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, Roku. Massive Plus monthly subscription is $19.99 a month. Go to massinsports.com or scan the QR code to get yours today.
Here we go.
I just got scared. Our director, Drexel Wright, said tarps off of my headset, and I was thinking, is there rain coming again? Oh, right. Those guys, are they in left field today? Yes, they are. Up in the left field corner. Moths to a flame, the tarps off movement. Now that looks like a turnstile show up there, let me tell you. You know, I did ask the guys in Turnstile about the last show on their upcoming tour this year. They have blurred out the city and venue of the last show. They would not reveal whether it was here in Baltimore. So I know people were wanting some inside information. I don't have any for you. I'm hopeful it's local, but they played at Coy. Maybe, just maybe, though, you and I will be stage diving.
Well, it might be a lot of things happen if they do, but stage diving is not going to be one of the ones for me.
Down to first from Holiday. And Stephen Cruz has a 1-2-3-6 into the final third here in Charm City. All veterans and active military members can receive a complimentary Orioles cap. Visit a guest experience kiosk behind home plate in any home game throughout the season, presented by Tower Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union for over 70 years. Similar line scores, just one more run for the Orioles. Jackson Holiday and Gunnar Henderson with RBI singles. Blaze Alexander with a solo home run. Brandon Young's out there in the 7th inning. He's completed 6 innings or more now for the 7th time this year. His season high is 7 innings, June 10th against Seattle. And the pitch count's certainly in line for him to be able to do that, as he jumps ahead to Salvador Perez, 0-2.
And that's exactly where he wants to throw that fastball to Perez. Now, you get a fastball kind of down and a little bit in, Salvador Perez can get the head to it. But if you stay elevated on him, to give you your best chance.
Perez ground ball wide of the glove of Young into the glove of Holiday. Well, tomorrow we are celebrating America's 250th. 7:05 game with Kansas City. 20,000 fans get a hot dog race cap presented by Drive Easy MD at random. Relish, ketchup, or mustard. Don't know till you get here. And then post-game an epic drone show presented by Coca-Cola. Hey, that guy's got the Oriole 4th of July cap. A cap they'll be wearing, I believe, tomorrow as well. Center field, Josh Rojas. Cowser screaming back toward the wall, slows his gait, makes the catch. 4 pitches, Ben, and 2 outs. More efficient stuff for Brandon Young.
Just absolutely pounding the strike zone. Only 1 walk so far tonight by Brandon Young. And again, his last time out, the control wasn't typical for him. He walked 3. Didn't have a very good splitter that night at all. As Rico Garcia begins to heat up in that Oriole bullpen.
There's Nick Lofton, 0 for 2. First pitch swinging, gobbled up by Alexander at third, and a 7-inning start complete for Brandon Young on just 77 pitches. It's our final Family Sunday before the All-Star break this Sunday afternoon at 1:35. Bring the whole family to the ballpark. Enjoy player and coach autographs, mascot meet and greets, live entertainment, kids run the bases, and more. Orioles.com/Family Sundays to plan your day at the Yard.
Well, the Royals will turn to their second reliever of the night in the way of Daniel Lynch IV. Making his 39th appearance, a very good ERA, 37 1/3, 32 strikeouts. Opponents hitting just 176 off the left-hander. His 2-seam fastball has been a real weapon this year.
Brandon Young gave the thumbs up. Is he having a staring contest here with Craig Alvarez? Maybe that means he's good. Albie didn't give him the goodbye hug. He just stared him down, looked into Brandon Young's eyes. BY gave him the thumbs up, said I'm good, and it may be Brandon Young's ball in the 8th. And wouldn't that be great to see?
Well, he certainly has earned it.
Lynch, a former first rounder, gets a swing and a miss on Henderson. Gunner 1 for 4. Perfect 6th inning, 2 groundouts and a strikeout for Steven Cruz. And now Lynch, one of 2 lefties in the Royal bullpen as we go to Rob.
Brandon Young was here actually trying to get his manager's attention to give him a thumbs up and let him know he was okay.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, he was trying. He is very active down here. The last 2 innings, the first time I've seen him sit this entire game, but he was trying to get Alvarez's attention.
It didn't look like, Rob, anybody else was going over to him and saying good job, did it?
No one came over to him. No one comes around him during the games.
Brandon Young's a quiet guy.
Yes.
But he, inside, man, he is a competitor. Big time.
Very intense.
Yes. He doesn't necessarily show it all the time, but he's very intense.
Up the middle from Adley, he grounds out. The only time Brandon Young's pitched into the 8th inning and gotten it out in the 8th inning, that would be the perfect game bid where he was 7 2/3 perfect last year at Houston. He's gone 7 innings twice this year, June 10th against Seattle. In that game, Young came out immediately after 7 on 88 pitches. Yeah, he's ready to go. Talking with Brian Clemick, pitching strategy coach. It'll be 9-1-2 for Kansas City. Collins, Jensen, and Witt. Again, Tyler Wells is likely unavailable today, having thrown in back-to-back games. Drops off the table to Ward, who's reached on a fielder's choice, singled and walked. Got a team high on base percentage of .383. That's risen. There's no one throwing in the Baltimore bullpen right now. Rico Garcia was at the end of the 7th. Ball 3 to Taylor Ward. Off the end of the bat, Thomas makes the play. Brandon Young time in the 8th inning. It's only happened once before. It'll happen tonight. Cast is presented by authority of the Orioles and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Baltimore Orioles. Now, these Kansas City Royals, averaging 5.3 runs per game, Over about the last month since Vinny Pasquantino went on the IL, they have been swinging a hot bat. They have just 2 tonight, and Brandon Young has held them to 2. He has stymied Kansas City outside of a 2-run fourth.
A lot of first pitch strikes and a lot of strikes in general.
Attempting to become the first Oriole other than Kyle Bradish to get an out as a starter in the 8th this year. And he's ahead of Isaac Collins, 0-2. We'll see if this is a batter-to-batter situation. But he only threw 5 pitches in the 7th inning.
It could be one of those ones where he's going to go until somebody gets on base, and then the move will be made.
8 pitches in the 6th, just 5 in the 7th. Collins a soft line out and sharp single thrown out trying to stretch it into a double. Missed the target, nearly got in the corner. Adley Rutschman seemed to consider a challenge, and he would have been right to do it.
Yeah, because Adley wanted that fastball elevated above the top of the strike zone, down and in. It did catch the box, but when you miss that much, a lot of times you will not get the call.
Up and away to Collins. It's 2-2. Top of the lineup to follow Carter Jensen and Bobby Witt. Rico Garcia is ready. We'll see if Young gets it out here. Would he be able to face the lineup a 4th time through, or is this it either way? Popped out of play by Isaac Collins, the first-year Royal. Collins has the Royals' 2nd best on-base percentage, so outside of Bobby Witt, he's their toughest guy to get out. You'll see a 6th pitch, and he'll foul that one away. When you see 96 from Brandon Young in the 8th inning, you know he is letting it all.
He is
out there.
emptying the tank right now.
This tie and wide with a splitter, and it's gone full. He did have an 0-2 advantage on Collins, 28-year-old switch hitter. Maybe the last pitch for Young, and it is pounded in the deep center. Cowser at the wall. He can't get it, and we're tied. Brandon Young in a state of shock as Isaac Collins goes dead central to tie the game in the 8th.
Isaac Collins just his 5th long ball of the year, his 27th RBI, and we are all new again here in the top of the 8th.
And a great outing by Brandon Young will result in a non-decision as he goes 7+, tying a season high, but cannot get that critical first out of the 8th inning. So Rico Garcia comes into a tie game after Isaac Collins launches one out of the 9th spot. Birdland Hawaiian Shirt Weekend in 2 weekends. 2 weeks from today, the Orioles will host Atlanta, their first home series after the All-Star break. Friday and Saturday, 20,000 fans each day receive a Birdland Hawaiian shirt presented by Old Bay. And then Sunday, 5,000 fans, 12 and under, get a kid's Birdland Hawaiian shirt. Go to Orioles.com/tickets to get yours. A 3-3 game here in the 8th inning. Isaac Collins tied it with his 5th home run, knocking out starter Brandon Young and bringing in Rico Garcia to face the top of the Kansas City order, starting with Carter Jensen, who fouls away strike 1.
And now it's time for our MedStar Health pitching change. Get the same top-rated care the Orioles trust. To visit medstarhealth.org to find care now. MedStar Health, it's how we treat people. Rico Garcia's had one heck of a year, 2.75 ERA.
He faces the toughest part of the lineup here, Jensen, Witt, and Caglione.
By far, the changeup has been the best pitch for Rico Garcia this year. Opponents hitting just 0.79 on that pitch. So 4-seam fastball, changeup, slider, and curveball as well.
Jensen 0 for 3 tonight. Dangerous leadoff hitter. When the Orioles went to Kansas City, Carter Jensen was 5 for 10 with a double, a home run, and 2 walks. Here's Rico's 2-1. Well, I'm sure we all feel for Brandon Young, who was awesome tonight. Probably was in the game to face one more batter. And one of the last things you expect Isaac Collins to do is hit the ball out of the ballpark.
Yeah. Got himself in a predictable count, 3-2 count. Got a fastball and straight away center field it went.
And I'm sure every Orioles fan, after 77 pitches, wanted to see Brandon Young try to get through the 8th.
I'd have been okay with it if it was a 2 or 3 run lead, but just a 1 run lead. I was a little bit cautious sending him back out.
Sky high fly to center from Jensen. He has flied out thrice to center, so the starting pitcher lines are final now.
Yep. Avi Lago's 5 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs. They all were earned. Walked 3 and struck out 3. And Brandon Young, another quality start. 7 innings of work, 8 hits, 3 runs. Gave up 2 solo home runs. Only 1 walk. Command was much better tonight, and 5 strikeouts.
Here's Bobby Witt, the American League starting shortstop for the All-Star game.
His 3rd All-Star appearance in his young career.
First time as a starter, which is a mild surprise. Of course, Gunnar Henderson started the game over in 2 years ago. Last year would have been Jacob Wilson of the A's to start the game. Bobby did double and 2 off the bench. How about that list? How about that list?
The 3rd ever to do it. Wow.
How about that pitch?
That's a nice sequence there. Slider down and away for a strike, and a heater up and in. Bobby Witt kind of leaning out there looking for that slider away. Instead, he gets that 4-seamer up and in. Now, a couple places here Rico could go.
Witt does not strike out a lot. He has once today. He's also doubled and fouled out to Adley Rutschman. Rico's 1-2. He goes with the slider. No, the curveball at the top of the zone, beg your pardon. It was a top shelf breaker.
Well, I mean, that sequence, it was as good as it gets for me. Slider down and away for strike 1, heater up and in, and it sets up this pitch right behind it. A breaking ball out of that same window, starts it up, looks just like the fastball coming up and in. Instead of it just ducks down and catches the top of the zone, and a big time punch out for Rico Garcia.
Here's a big power threat, Jack Caglione, with 2 away. Remember, the Royals were the first team to dent Garcia this year, who had not allowed a hit or a run in his first 11 games of the year. Michael Massey homered off him April 21st. Massey in the hole right now. Caglione sprays a heater foul. In the bottom of the 8th, it looks like Matt Strom, the other lefty in the Royals bullpen, will come in to face Pete Alonso, Samuel Basayo, and Dylan Beavers. Probably a good bet. There's a Kobe Mayo sighting in there somewhere. Maybe a Tyler O'Neill sighting. Caglione is fouled out to first, homered to right off a Brandon Young splitter, and singled to right. Royals have Vinny Pasquantino back off the IL. He's just not playing today. Caglione's played some first base in his absence and hit for real power in his absence.
I'd be real careful with this guy.
Could have been strike 2. Instead, ball 3. High hook. Lane Thomas is on deck. I know he's been red hot, but that's probably a better matchup for Garcia.
Yes, no way you give in here. Tie ball game, 3-1 count. Yeah, he took a little bit off with a changeup, and I mean a death ball changeup too.
You throw it again.
I think so. Caglione normally a very good fastball here. Now, he can run into some off-speed stuff, too, but if you throw it there, and again, we talk about this all the time. I don't question pitch selection as much as I do pitch location. If you get the ball where you need to get it, a lot of times you're going to have success.
Another one of those changeups, almost in the same spot. And Blaze throws out Jack. The Royals tie it on a Collins homer, but Rico gets all 3 of his outs. Orioles baseball on Masson is brought to you by Bet365, where winning is everything. And game 2 tomorrow, O's Extra pregame presented by Bet365 gets us started at 6:30. Kyle Bradish will pitch against Noah Cameron. Orioles and Royals tied at 3 as we hit the bottom of the 8th inning. Pete Alonso and the Orioles will hope to unbreak that tie as Pete takes on a man he knows very well from the Padres and Phillies, Matt Strahm, the Royals' 3rd reliever.
Strahm making his 34th appearance, 30 innings of work. Keep an eye on the home runs. He's allowed 8 home runs in 30 innings of work, 22 strikeouts and 12 walks to go with it.
Well, this has not been a good matchup historically for Pete Alonso. However, this year, he's 1 for 1, doubled down the right field line on April 21st in Kansas City against Strahm. The first hit off him. And Pete is in a 1-1 count here.
Yeah, Strahm's a little bit different. The arm slot's a little bit different. 4-seam fastball's been good, though. Opponents hitting just 163 off that. They really hit the slider hard.
Alonso, Basayo, and Beavers, the do-ups. It looks like Samuel Basayo will hit. Does not look like Dylan Beavers will. There he is perched up on the dugout bench. Only question, will it be O'Neill or Mayo to bat for him? Inside corner for a strike, 2-2 to Pete.
It's not a high velocity fastball from Strahm. That's where it's going to sit, about 91, but boy, does it have some analytical data to it. The average 4-seam fastball swung and missed about 22% of the time. His is at 25%, even though it's low velocity, because he's got that hop to it.
Special day for Strahm, by the way. He is celebrating 10 years of Major League service time today, which is a real milestone for big leaguers. Not just what it does for your pension, but it's seen as a real milestone for respect amongst your peers. So congratulations to him. Orioles hoping to spoil his day as Alonso takes a slider down and in. Pretty good for a guy who was a 21st rounder at a Neosho County Community College in Kansas.
It's just something about left-handers, man. If you can change speed and fill up the strike zone, you can play for a while in this game.
Up the middle and a base hit for Alonso. So 0 for 9 against Matt Strahm as a Met. 2 for 2 as an Oriole. 2 two-strike hits off him this season. And the O's have the potential winning run on to lead off the 8th.
3-2 count, got that 4-seam fastball, and a nice job by Petey right here. Get on top of that ball and flatten that swing out and shoves it right through the center part of the field. So a good start for the Orioles here in the bottom of the 8th.
I know Pete struck out twice today, but these are the things he does, even on days where he doesn't have the long ball going. He's seen 24 pitches in 4 plate appearances, and he's walked and singled.
And Pete doesn't have any scar tissue with him. He's one of those veteran guys that can flush the last at bat, no matter if it was a good one or a bad one, and focus on the current at bat.
Big swing out of play by Basayo. It's 1-1.
Looks like Tyler O'Neill in the on-deck circle.
So it's not going to be Kobe Mayo. It will be O'Neill to bat for Beavers. Maybe Mayo if it gets to Kowser. We'll see. Slider from Strahm to Sam, and it's 1-2. Sayo with 3 groundouts tonight. 1 to second, 2 back to the pitcher, Avila.
You
see a reverse splits guy, Strahm.
Yeah. See if Basayo can shorten up a little bit maybe shove one of those balls out toward left center field.
Wow. He shortened up on a pitch that was at his chin.
Emergency hack. That's a good catch.
Alonso the go-ahead run at first. 1-2 on Basayo. Slam to right down the line. It is gone. He chucks his bat toward the dugout. The bat almost went as far as the baseball.
Oh my goodness.
Carving it right inside the foul pole. Wham, bam. Thank you, Sam.
I'm talking about, that's a tomahawk swing right there. He just went up right to the top. And I mean a line drive out of here in a hurry. Basayo's 15th long ball, his 44th RBI, and the Orioles back on top here from one big swing from Sam I Am here in the bottom of the 8th.
A chest bump, a pair for Pete Alonso, and a smile as wide as the scoreboard for Samuel Basayo, who just loves seeing the Kansas City Royal Blue, doesn't he?
That was such an impressive swing right there.
5-3 Birds. They are back in front by 2. As Tyler O'Neill will still come off the bench to bat for Dylan Beavers. And O'Neill launches a ball high and fairly deep to right, but caught by Caglione.
Boy, watch this swing right here. Little breaking ball. You talk about put your nose on one. The only question was foul or fair, and he sneaks it right inside. How about a little hammer throw back toward the Oriole dugout? Wow, that was impressive on an elevated breaking ball.
An absolute screamer.
We said keep an eye on the home runs.
So no need to take out your best defensive outfielder now, as Colton Cowser is called for a swing on strike 1. I don't know that I've ever seen such a bat chuck, such a two-handed overhand bat throw as the one Samuel Basayo just did. We've seen him smash his bat over his knee in frustration. He smashed his bat toward the dugout fence in elation there.
Yeah, he had a rough series against the Cubs. Samuel Basayo did. Only 1 for 12.
Cowser will look at strike 3. A tough night at the plate for Colton with 3 Ks. One more look at this glorious swing.
2-strike count too. He's just kind of sitting back, but again, we talk about how fast the hands are. That's such a good swing. He knew it when he touched that one too. That's what you know call
what that is?
Having some fun right there.
That's just a kid, man, right? That's a 21-year-old kid just acting like a kid playing on the sandlot.
And this is a kid's game. That's what it is. And you got to have fun. But like I've said before, this game is only fun when you're winning and you're performing well. And Samuel Basayo is performing well.
His second home run off a lefty this season. The other was off Conley early, April 26, both off of breaking balls. And Craig Alvarez has pinch hit for Basayo against lefties this year. It wouldn't have been shocking to see him go to Kobe Mayo. He didn't. He put faith in Basayo, faith that was once again rewarded. They have to give Craig Alvarez a ton of credit for the 8th inning the last 2 nights. Yesterday, the double pinch hitter, Jeremiah Jackson, for Dylan Beavers, for Tyler O'Neill. Jackson has the winning hit. Doesn't pinch hit today, and Basayo has, as it stands, the winning hits. Blaze Alexander is not down swinging, to the shock and chagrin of Strom. It's 2-2. And by the way, it's going to be an Andrew Kittredge night again after a save yesterday. No Tyler Wells available. So Kittredge will be in search, as it stands, again, of his 3rd save of the year. Strike 3 to Blaze. No way to celebrate your 10-year service time, Dave, for Matt Strom. Samuel Basayo with the go-ahead blast.
Go get you one, and he got that one, folks. A bullet onto the flag court in a tie ball game. Guess what? It's not tied anymore. Orioles up by 2, going to the 9th.
Friday, July 31st, 2026, Orioles Hall of Fame inductees will be recognized at an Oriole Park luncheon. Tickets still available. Call the number on your screen or email advocatesluncheon@gmail.com, as we'll honor Chris Davis, Storm Davis, and Jim Russo. And don't forget, the ultimate goal of an MLB fan, seeing it all. The MLB Journey to 30 sweepstakes presented by T-Mobile is the ultimate bucket list. Enter now for your chance to win trips to all 30 ballparks at MLB.com/Journey to 30 sweeps. 9th inning, 5-3 Orioles lead. And in search of his 3rd save of the season, Andrew Kittredge throws a strike to Lane Thomas.
Andrew Kittredge making his 28th appearance of the year. 23 innings he's worked, 22 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .266 off the right-hander, Kittredge. Sinker, slider guy. There's that good two-seamer, and that's what he loves to do.
Not a swing by Lane Thomas, though, and it's 1-1.
Loves to work east to west. Two-seamers into the right-hander, sliders away.
Rico Garcia, a perfect 8th with a strikeout after Brandon Young allowed a tying homer. BY is off the hook. Thomas pounds one into the ground, and a busy night for Blaze Alexander. He has out number 1. Extra base hit streak of 7, likely to be snapped now as Lane Thomas is 0 for 4. Kittredge picked up a save yesterday, a white knuckle ride of a 9th against the Cubs. Tyler O'Neill is his new right fielder. Stranded the tying run at 2nd on a line out from Michael Conforto. Ball one high here to Michael Massey. Kittredge searching for his 3rd save of the season. He had 5 last year, all with the Cubs. He has 23 regular season saves and 1 postseason career. Massey launches the ball to right. O'Neill may be tested here, and it's over his glove and off the wall. Well, Michael Massey is into 2nd, and Kansas City will bring Salvador Perez to the plate, representing the tying run.
Michael Massey now a 1 for 3 day, and Tyler O'Neill had a beat on it. That ball actually hit his glove and kicked off.
So Perez on the verge of becoming the Royals' all-time home run leader. The tying run. And he takes a strike from Kittredge. 6 scoreless outings, 10 of 11 scoreless in a row for Kittredge. A year that looks a heck of a lot better if you throw out that 7-run blow-up at Yankee Stadium in his 4th game. And Perez pops it up a mile or 2 high, and it comes down in Adley's glove.
Well, how good was that pitch, too? I mean, perfect two-seam fastball up and in. Watch this pitch right here. This is how you want to attack him. Just get the ball on the inside part of the plate and elevate it. We talked about that earlier. You don't want to be down and in with Perez. You want to be up and in, and well executed, and a nice play by Adley Rutschman.
A little bit of a snow cone there. Well, I got a question for you with 2 outs in the 9th. Why is Vinny Pasquantino off the injured list today if he's not going to pinch hit here? Why activate him if he's not going to bat for Josh Rojas?
Well, Rojas has had a good day. That might be the reason. A 2 for 3 day, a double, an RBI, and a single. So maybe you're right in the hot hand right now.
Not so hot there on a Dive-bombing sinker for Kittredge. Wild one there. That took the sting out of the umpire, Nick Marley, on the bounce. Not that it matters if Massey goes to third in a 2-run game in the ninth, but the only reason it wasn't a wild pitch because of the umpire's shoulder. A Kittredge cannonball, and hopefully Nick Marley is okay. Hopefully he only needs to be back there for one more pitch. 1-1 to Rojas. Chopped foul, and it's 1-2. The Orioles still making their way through the ninth inning however they can without Ryan Helsley, their closer. And Kittredge a strike away from back-to-back saves. There it is. Samuel Basallo's 8th inning home run is the difference as the Orioles win back-to-back games. 5-3 the final here in one heck of a roller coaster ride and a satisfying finish as they knock down Kansas City.
Orioles were clean today, man. They were clean on defense. They got good starting pitching, which is always the key. Brandon Young goes 7+, gives up 3 runs. They were all earned, only 1 walk. And the Orioles as a staff tonight only walked 1, 5 strikeouts. Rico Garcia did his thing. Andrew Kittredge picks up his 3rd save of the year and back-to-back saves for him. And boy, from an offensive standpoint, Henderson and Holiday both drove in runs. Samuel Basallo, the big blow, the 2-run shot in the 8th. And don't forget about Blaze Alexander sitting down at the bottom of that lineup. A 2-for-4 day for him. A home run and an RBI with that solo home run.
Certainly a series the Orioles feel like they have to win heading into the All-Star break to give themselves a fighting chance here. And they win the opener, getting to 44-51 on the year. Maybe pick up a game in the postseason picture, depending on what the other American League teams do, but they do it in a tidy 2 hours and 19 minutes unofficially. And the big swing from Samuel Basallo represents the difference after a great start by Brandon Young. Nearly 27,000 at the ballpark tonight.
Well, here's that swing you're talking about. 2-strike count. He got an elevated slider from Strom and just buried it onto the flag court. Samuel Basallo's 15th long ball, his 44th RBI. The wings were flapping when he touched home plate.
Sammy is with us right now, along with the Brandon Quinones, Oriole translator. Sammy, we talked to you a week ago in Cincinnati, and you told us about the joy for baseball that you were feeling with your dad in town, and it sure looks like you have that joy again. How much joy have you been playing with recently?
No, solo, ¿sabes? Tratando de divertirme y dar lo mejor de mí cada día que estoy jugando aquí afuera y nada, solamente tratar de dar lo mejor de mí cada vez que voy al plato, así sea en cualquier situación.
Yeah, just trying to have a lot of fun out there, you know, trying to give the best version of myself every time I step out onto the field, trying to be the best version of myself every time I step up to the plate and do what I can to help the team.
Take us through that at bat against Strom. Lefty on lefty matchup. You look at breaking ball right there with 2 strikes. You just kind of seeing the ball and hitting it.
No, yo solo vi la pelota y le di, ¿sabes? Eso es algo que también mi papá me dice mucho, que ve la pelota y dale. Y a veces cuando estoy bateando, ese es el pensamiento de solo mirarla y darle.
Yeah, I know. Just saw the ball and hit it right there. You know, something my dad tells me a lot is just see the ball, hit the ball. So that's exactly what I tried to do right there in that spot.
The swing was impressive, Sammy, but can you tell us about one of the most impressive 2-handed bat throws we've ever seen?
No, ¿sabes? Eso solamente es para yo, ¿sabes? Como divertirme, joder con Brady y que él brincó y algunos de los muchachos que nosotros relajamos mucho y solamente fue para ellos, ¿sabes? La emoción del jonrón.
Yeah, I mean, that's just me having fun right there, messing around with the guys, you know, Brady North and some of the other guys in the dugout. You know, obviously a big moment. We're enjoying that one right there and just having fun with them.
Well, mess around some more, Sammy. Hit some more home runs. Congratulations on the win. Thank you, and Q, thank you as well.
Have some fun, Sammy.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
I'm liking this weekly chat with Samuel Basayo. All smiles after an Oriole win, a 21-year-old kid who has the world at his fingertips. This was a really fun night at the ballpark tonight. Floppy hats, turnstile, great weather, great swings, and an Orioles victory. It'll be a fun post game. Rob Long with Ben when we come back.